I'm Ninja Nerd, and this is Yeti, and you're watching what I'm doing right now.
Before heading north from San Diego, I decided to seek out a few places from my childhood. When I was young, about 5 years old, we lived in San Diego, so I came down to where the apartment complex is that I lived in, just to visit. There's some parts of it that I do remember, and others that I don't. I remember these steps, and I remember that our apartment was somewhere on the right side here. I don't remember which one, and I had a friend who lived on the other side over here, named Judd. I want to say we were either in that one or that one. Whoever lives here now still thinks it's Christmas, and that house still thinks it's Easter. Down here toward the back of the complex, I remember playing around near this fence and this thing kind of wrapping around the building, and our parents didn't like us coming back to play back here. Also from this area, I remember being able to see I guess it was probably more at like this height, but I remember being able to see the freeway over there. We later moved into a house in a suburban neighborhood. Into this house. Seeing it for the first time in over 2 decades brought back a handful of memories that I hadn't thought about in a long time. Up here, there's a big room in which my dad set up a projector and hung a sheet on the wall so we could pretend we were watching movies in a theater. We also had this plastic castle playhouse thing up here that was pretty awesome. Over here is where the stairs go up to the second floor, and I used to grab a sleeping bag, put myself inside, and then slide all the way down the stairs. One time, however, I got myself stuck in the sleeping bag halfway down the stairs, and as claustrophobia set in, I resorted to screaming for my mom until she came to save me from my tangled, accidental nylon prison. We also had a pool in the backyard, so that was pretty sweet. There was some house across the street from the one we lived in. I don't remember which one it was, but they had kids as well, and I remember hanging out in their garage sometimes. There also used to be an olive tree in the front yard of our place, and that is not there anymore. Just arrived at my grandmother's house. I'm gonna say hello to Grandma and Dad. Maybe get some food. Despite being 93, my grandma still prides herself on being a homemaker and won't take no for an answer when she offers to cook you a meal. It's a bit of a weird combination, I guess, but tonight she's decided that my dinner is Eggo waffles, eggs, and some steak that my aunt bought from a fancy supermarket.
Cast iron, you don't put any grease. You just let it get real hot. It'll grab the steak like that, and you just leave it until it releases it. And you see a little juice on the top, you turn it over. Now see, I'm so finicky, I wouldn't buy steaks with this in there, because I like it with no fat. Mm-hmm. But the more expensive you get, the more of these they have in that's supposed to make it juicy. Mm. I would never pay almost $14 a pound.
Looks good.
Oh.
Thank you, Grandma. My mom was always the linchpin that held our family unit together. After she died, everyone kind of went off and did their own thing. More than a few years ago, that seemed fine to me. It's just the way life played out. Some families are closer than others. More recently, though, I've felt a sadness around the relative estrangedness of my family, so when opportunities to spend time with family present themselves, I'm less willing to let other things get in the way. I don't know that our family will ever achieve Hallmark movie status, but I do hope that we can bring ourselves closer to what I know my mom would have wanted.